From spectacular illusions to incredible feats of skill.
The world's greatest magicians have gathered from across the globe to go head-to-head.
Something you won't forget.
Every week, 6 magicians perform the incredible.
Oh my God! I don't know how you did that.
But only one will be voted through to the final and the chance to become the next great magician.
What a lovely audience. Hello to you and welcome to the next Great Magician, where some of the finest magicians in the world are about to go head-to-head with illusions that are jaw-dropping, eye-popping and quite possibly heart-stopping.
Hopefully not. Each week, 6 acts perform. One will go through to the final, and if that wasn't enough to keep them busy, they'll have to decide amongst themselves who that will be.
Yes, now, as they say, if you want someone to judge magic, ask a magician.
Is that what they say?
Well, they do now. And they'll really need to pull something special out of their magic hats, because the prize they're competing for is huge. Their very own television special right here on ITV, worth over £500,000.
That's right. So the pressure is on, the gloves are off, and the wands are well and truly out. Right, let's get straight on with our first act, whose stage show is based around the most horrible nightmares.
Now, oh, hang on, is he stuck in a lift with Simon Cowell?
It's not that bad.
This dark troupe have won the World Championships of Magic with their nightmarish routine. But don't worry, it's all an illusion.
Glow to go head-to-head.
Something you won't forget.
Every week, 6 magicians perform the incredible.
Oh my God! I don't know how you did that.
But only one will be voted through to the final and the chance to become the next great magician.
What a lovely audience. Hello to you and welcome to the next Great Magician, where some of the finest magicians in the world are about to go head-to-head with illusions that are Ladies and gentlemen, Amaze Utopia! Standing ovation. Wow. Good start. Wow, Wade.
Oh, my word. Here you are.
Thank you.
That was incredible.
Oh, thank you so much, guys.
Oh.
Yeah, it's exciting and fun.
Are you going to be having any nightmares? Think about a trick if you go through to the final. What are you going to do?
What we're going to do a very beautiful floating bed trick.
Right.
And then after, we're going to bring nightmares to the next level with a very dangerous illusion.
I love the fact that he goes, it's going to be just a floating bed, as though it's the norm.
Yes, you do.
An amazing start to the show, one of the best magicians in the world. Thank you to Marcel from Amaze Utopia.
Thank you so much.
Right, still to come on the next Great Magician, we have 5 more incredible acts.
Yes, we do, and after the break, one of them performs for a much-loved TV favourite who always brings some class.
I thank you.
No, not you. Don't go anywhere.
I don't know how you did that.
Coconut milk, orange juice, beer, some red wine, an egg. Now, where we're from up in Aberdeen, the locals have a name for this drink: breakfast.
Welcome back to the next Great Magician, where 6 incredible acts are competing for a place in our grand final and the chance to win their very own ITV special.
Yes, they are. It really is an amazing prize. It's going to take something very special to win it. Our next act already had an amazing career, including performing on stage at the BAFTAs.
Well, I've done magic at an award show.
Right, which one?
The National Biscuit Awards 2004.
You know what? You are so amazing.
I know.
Catherine Mills is the first female magician in history to have had her own primetime TV series and is one of the most in-demand performers in the country today.
Right, let's explain exactly what you're about to see. Now, there's a guy called Ben who's in the audience just here. Give us a little wave, Ben. Nice to see you. Now, he was told he was going on a blind date, correct?
Correct.
With a very attractive girl. Well, he didn't realise that that attractive woman was actually a top magician. You're going to love this. Ladies and gentlemen, all with hidden cameras, please welcome Catherine Mills.
Making a good impression on a first date can be hard, but I've got a few tricks up my sleeve to ensure this evening is unforgettable.
Here's the food menus. I'll be back to take your drink orders in a moment.
Thank you. What kind of stuff do you like?
Anything except fish.
Really, you don't like fish?
So, guys, you ready to order?
I work in events, and we play this game sometimes with our clients. It's like an icebreaker thing with corporate clients. And I'm just going to ask you a question, and then on the count of 3, I just want you to blurt out your answer, OK? And I'm going to do the same.
Okay.
All right? So, OK, what's your favourite film on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3, Terminator 2. OK, that's weird. I like lots of films, but Terminator 2 is one of those films I'm always like, that's really obscure.
Okay, right, okay. Cool.
OK, all right, this is a good one for you. If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be? 1, 2, 3, invisibility. Are you winding me up? Do you feel a strong connection, or is this just me?
Yeah, I do. Okay.
It's quite weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
OK, hold my hand just for a second. OK. Right. If we were to get married and we were to choose a honeymoon destination, where would you go? 1, 2, 3, Barbados. OK, this is crazy. There you go. See, we've got a real connection. Told you.
Sorry, guys, there's been a bit of a delay. It should only be a few more moments.
No, that's fine, that's fine. Actually, do you have a camera on you?
I do, yeah.
This is such an amazing moment. If you could just take a photo of us, that would be perfect. Here you go. Cheers.
It's beautiful.
Can I see?
Yeah, sure.
We do look good together. Hang on a second. What is this? I knew from somewhere. I knew we had a connection. You've been taking photos of me before I arrived. That's me coming in here. What? What is this? This is... What? That's... How did you get hold of that one? It's creepy, but I have to say, I do quite like it.
Okay.
Let's make a toast to tonight.
Okay.
To us.
To us.
And to our future.
To our future.
Oh my God. Is that our initials? K and B for Catherine and Ben. Wow. Is that an engagement ring? Ben. Honestly, I'm kind of speechless. This is really sudden. Ben.
Sorry, baby, let me just get this.
You know, actually, Ben. Yes, Ben. I'd love to. I'd love to marry you. This is amazing. Thank you. This is amazing.
Okay, yeah.
I love you, Ben.
Ladies and gentlemen, Catherine Milne! A standing ovation! We loved it. The audience quite clearly loved that. How do you feel watching that back?
That was so much fun to shoot, I can't tell you. Poor Ben! Poor Ben.
What was going through your mind when it was all happening?
I actually thought it was another crazy Tinder date, to be fair.
Now, look, you're on a date there. Another date could be in the diary if you make the final.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Well, I thought I'd go back undercover again, but this time I was going to become a nanny for a family and bring some hidden camera magic into their lives and become like a real-life Mary Poppins.
Oh, I
thought that would be great fun.
Let's hear it one more time for Catherine.
Remember, tonight, just one of these magicians can go through to the grand final, but they'll have to decide amongst themselves who that is.
That's because we thought the judging should be done by people who really know magic inside out, and Harry Potter wasn't available.
And he's also not real.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, next up, we've got a magical double act from Scotland. Well, not only funny, but fantastic.
Scottish sorcerers Barry and Stuart are a BAFTA and Rose d'Or nominated double act.
It's the Soup Ladle.
Please welcome Barry and Stuart.
Thanks. Now, in this jug, we have a really disgusting mixture of over 50 drinks.
Yeah, there's a little bit of everything in here. There's pineapple juice, coconut milk, white wine, champagne, vodka, whiskey, rum, dark and light. We even put in here a shot of wheatgrass. I mean, you do have to stay healthy, don't you?
As if this drink wasn't vile enough, we're going to add to it some orange juice and some red wine,
some beer and an egg.
Now, where we're from up in Aberdeen, the locals have a name for this drink. Breakfast.
We've actually put every single drink that's inside this bowl up on the screens behind us right here.
Now, the human body is incredible. Your body is incredible, but your body is not as incredible as Barry's body.
This is true. You see, I'm going to dive head first into this bowl of liquid, and I'm going to guzzle the contents of it down. That's right. I'm going to drink this.
You might have heard of the great showman of the past that used to do this thing called the dive of death. Well, Barry is lactose intolerant, and this is milk, making this not so much the dive of death as it is the dive of colonic discomfort.
Thanks very much, Stuart. So I dive in here, I swallow some of the liquid into my stomach, and in my stomach, I can separate the drinks out. You see, my stomach has the ability to filter out the different drinks that are inside of this mixture.
So let's get you a drink. They're all listed behind us. Everybody, shout out now, what do you want to drink? As loud as you can. What do you want? Okay. I heard a guy down here say beer. Barry, can you do him any beer?
Okay, here we go.
Did you get him any beer?
Beer? I definitely got some beer. And inside my stomach, I can filter out the beer and bring it up. Just for you. You can see there is nothing in my mouth. One beer.
It does look like a beer. It's even got a little head on it. Who was the guy who wanted this? Come on, sir, grab hold of it. I want you to have a good look at it. You can smell it. You can even taste it if you like. Is that beer?
Yeah, beer.
It's beer. Now, I feel like this is the kind of beautiful magic that should be witnessed up close. And I can't resist this. I see Amy Childs sitting down here. Do you mind joining us on stage? Give her a nice warm hand. Come on over here.
Over here, yeah?
Good to meet you. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
Amy, we want to get you the drink of your choice.
Okay.
Okay, so I just want you to have a look at this glass, make sure that there's nothing in there, have a good look at it.
Okay.
But before I give you a drink, Amy, I just need to fill up the drinks cabinet, so to speak. So here I go.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Suck as much as you can in, Barry. She could ask for anything.
That's disgusting, Stuart. And I filled a load of drinks, Amy. I'm going to serve a drink up just for you.
Lovely, I'm so excited.
You are.
should be.
You sound like it. You should be. Well, I'll tell you, there's over a dozen hot drinks in here. They're the ones in red up there. There's like tea, there's hot chocolate, there's green tea. Amy, I want you just to pick one of the hot drinks there.
Okay, Americano.
An Americano?
Definitely.
Okay.
An Americano coming up. Quite literally, actually. Here we go. Nothing in my mouth, Amy, no?
Oh, my God.
Now, that does look like an Americano. And here's the weird thing. Amy, come over here. Grab hold of the glass. This is actually warm, right?
Oh, my God.
That is coffee, right?
Oh, my God. That's really good.
I'll tell you what, let's make it a little nicer for you. Come and stand here. See, the honest truth is, anything that you would have said up there, he would have been able to do. Say you wanted a flat white coffee. Barry, can you do any milk?
Unbelievable.
I tell you what, you seem to be enjoying this so much, which is crazy for me. We make it sweet for you, Barry. Can you do it any sugar?
Yeah. 2 sugars. There you go, Amy.
Let's give it up for Amy.
I tell you what, brings a different meaning to a beer belly, doesn't it?
I'm surprised that you actually drank that stuff. It wasn't here, you know.
I didn't mind.
I liked it.
I bet you the viewers at home were going, no!
two heads together are better than one. Have you put them together yet to think about what you may do in the final?
Yeah, so, you see, we've seen what my special power is, my stomach, but Stuart's actually got a very special power of his own.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same trick with sandwiches.
No, Stuart's power is actually he can move at the speed of a speeding bullet, really, really fast. He can move so fast, we can make it look like he can be in many places all at the same time.
I'll tell you what, if anyone could do it, it's these guys. Please, let's hear it one more time for Barry and Stuart. Right, time for a quick break now, but still to come, we've got 3 amazing acts.
Yes, we do, and the next one is going to go out with a bang. See you after the break.
That's ridiculous.
How did you do that? Do that again.
Is anyone else cold in here?
Welcome back to the next Great Magician. Well, we've already seen some incredible acts battling it out for a place in the grand final.
Yes, we have, and we still have 3 more acts to go. And our next performer is Andy.
Oh, brilliant. I need some shells putting up.
No, his name is Andy.
Once hailed as one of the very best young magicians, Andy Gladwyn has featured on several TV shows and even entertained for President Obama's inauguration.
Please welcome Andy Gladwyn.
That was definitely the wrong choice for a claustrophobic. By the way, is anyone else cold in here? So it's impression time. Space hopper. We'll do one for the hipsters. A lava lamp. Well, tonight, I'm going to perform a world first in magic. A trick using only my mouth. But I will need a safe pair of hands, so please welcome Rochelle.
Hi.
Hello.
You all right in there?
So far, so good,
Okay,
yes.
good.
So over there is a very special deck of cards.
Right.
It has 52 different professions written on it. I'd like you to pick up the deck, show it to the camera, and then read out some of the professions for me.
Right. So, teacher, dentist, artist, locksmith, writer.
I'd like you to go into the audience and choose somebody at random to help with our trick.
Okay. You?
Okay.
Yeah?
Perfect. Now, Rochelle will spread the cards out. I'd like you to reach in, take any profession, have a look at it yourself, but don't show anybody else. In fact, hold it against your chest so that even Rochelle can't see it. Perfect. And Rochelle, place the cards on the table, and there's a silver platter there. I'd like you to pick that up and bring that towards me too. Perfect. That's great. You can hold it there for a moment. You randomly selected a random person from the audience who then randomly selected a random profession. I will now amazingly attempt to produce something relating to that profession from my mouth. So hold the tray closer.
Right.
Drum roll, please. Could you please tell everybody what that is?
I don't have to touch it.
Don't have to touch it. It's a golf tee.
It's a golf tee. I don't play golf. It's a golf tee. There we are.
Golf tee, which means, of course, that the random profession was...
Scuba diver.
Scuba diver? I thought you were going to make him pick golfer. That's fine. You can put the tray down. Okay. I think I can fix this. I do a pretty good impression of a scuba diver. Let's try this. Here we go.
He's even got a tape on his back. Where did that come from? What? Tell you what, you know how to go out with a bang, don't you? You really do. Look, I've seen some weird acts, but how did you come up with this?
It's something burlesque dancers used to do. They would get inside the balloon, pop it, and come out naked.
There you go. Thank goodness you're not a burlesque dancer.
May I ask, if you do make it to the final, what are we going to see from you?
Well, Stephen, have you ever been inside one of these balloons?
No.
Well, that is going to change in the final.
I didn't even know he was going to say that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Andy!
Right, our next act isn't just an incredible magician, he's also got a PhD.
Hey, that makes two of us.
Really?
Yeah.
You've got a PhD?
Yep.
Do you even know what a PhD is?
It's a type of telly.
Oh, dear.
Having a PhD in magical history and consulted for Martin Scorsese, Dr. Will Houston is a leading authority on the magical arts.
With a little help from a certain very famous butler, please welcome Will Houston.
Hello. How are you?
Very well.
Good. Should we go to the library?
Perfect.
Welcome to Nebworth House. It's almost a perfect historic venue for the kind of magic I do. Because I'm also fascinated by magic's past, particularly because of some of the strange and unusual characters who've performed magic in history. For example, there was a man called Matthew Buchinger in the 18th century, and he became very, very famous for being an expert calligrapher, a wonderful magician, a master at the game of skittles. The thing that makes him most remarkable, though, isn't those skills. It's the fact that he was born without arms, legs or feet, and he was only about 29 inches high.
He's quite a guy, yeah, OK.
Now, the thing that interests me most, I suppose, is that he used to do sleight of hand. And it makes me wonder, what kind of sleight of hand can you do without hands? And I haven't found the answer. I haven't found a trick I can do without hands, but I have found something that I can do at least without touching the objects I'm using. It uses 4 large old silver coins, and the idea is that from now, I shan't touch them. Instead, I'll keep my hands a little way above them the whole time. Watch this.
That's ridiculous. Beautiful, silent, and, of course, like every kid, I want to say, how did you do that? Do that again. That's fantastic. I don't know what I saw there. That was amazing.
Thank you. If you'd like to grab a seat and just slide that over, perhaps that'll be more comfortable.
Lovely.
Now, I thought I might tell you about another magician, a man called Nate Leipzig. Now, Leipzig came up with a card trick. I think it's a very interesting one, and it sort of questions the idea of what counts as an order and what doesn't. Ever since he invented this, magicians have worked on their own versions, and I have one that I thought perhaps I could show you. We need some cards, and before we can even begin the trick, we have to make sure that they are well and truly shuffled. Now, I'm going to watch you carefully now, yeah, all right. Were I to give you the deck and say shuffle those together, you'd have to shuffle quite a lot before they would get really well mixed up. Absolutely. But we do want them really well mixed up, so perhaps we'll try a slightly different plan. Maybe you can take half of the cards, and if you give those a shuffle, I'll shuffle this half at the same time. Okay. Fantastic. A little more thorough than I would have liked, but fantastic. And then just in case I cheated or you cheated, perhaps you can shuffle mine and I'll shuffle yours. Marvellous. Finally, we'll mix the two piles together, but perhaps the easiest way to do this in a fairly thorough fashion is to make a little sort of spiral shape out of the piles of cards. That way it's much easier to take them and just sort of slide them into one another. So if you want to reach over and then just sort of square those together for me.
Excuse me, rather inelegantly, there we go.
Fantastic. Okay. This bit's a little bit fiddly, but hopefully you can now see the way those two piles are going together.
Yep.
So now we can begin. Watch this. Fingers crossed. Let's check. Absolutely perfect.
Convince me.
Every single card in order, starting with the 3 of clubs, the 9 of diamonds and the 5 of spades, and going right the way through to the 3, the 9 and the jack.
And you say that's an order?
Absolutely.
OK, all right.
I tell you what, if, after all the shuffling, they'd been in brand new deck order, so they had gone ace to king, ace to king, ace to king, ace to king...
That would have been an order. This just looks like a shuffled pack of cards.
This is just as difficult.
OK.
You don't believe me?
No.
I can see why. But this is where Leipzig comes in. If I could prove that this order was actually just as precise as new deck order, then it would be a worthwhile trick.
That'd be good.
The 3 of clubs. The 9 of diamonds. The 5 of spades.
This is very annoying.
The king of hearts. The 10 of clubs. The 5 of clubs. The 9. The 7. The 8. The 4. The ace. The 5. The 8. The 5. The 6. The 3. The 4. The 6. The 6. I think you get the idea right the way through to the 3, the 9 and the jack.
That's impossible and ridiculous, I have to say. Well done. I don't know how you did that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Will Houston!
Yeah.
How hard is it performing tricks that are that close up?
It may sound strange, but magic's all about controlling people's attention. And in some ways, it's much harder to control one person's attention than 1,000.
And, of course, you're Carson, breathing down your neck from Downton Abbey. Now, if you do get voted into the final by your fellow magicians, what can we expect from you?
Well, there's a 200-year-old trick that I discovered in a handwritten manuscript in the Magic Circles collection. It hasn't been performed for 2 centuries, and the description's incomplete, but if I were to get through to the final, I'd try and recreate it and perform it here.
Well, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Houston! He's a wizard. Right, still to come, we'll have the very last performance of the night, and our magicians decide which of them goes through to the grand final.
It's going to be tough. Back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the next great magician. Now, we've already seen 5 fantastic acts, and there's just one more to go before we reveal who is going through to the grand final.
The last act of the night is a real career magician.
What, you mean he comes from Korea, or he's made magic his career?
Actually, both.
Win-win.
8 years ago, magical manipulator Hun Lee was the youngest performer at the World Magic Championships and has appeared on TV all over the world.
Please welcome Hun Lee.
Ladies and gentlemen, honey! I'll tell you what. I can imagine people at home going, there's something wrong with the telly.
Yes.
Reminded itself. So how long would it take to do that sort of stuff?
I spent 6 years to build up this X.
6 years, but you can tell that. It's an amazing form of magic, it really is.
Any thoughts what you would do if you make it to the final?
If I come back to the final, I will perform musical storytelling card magic.
A musical storytelling card trick. And you love a good story?
I do, and you love a good card trick.
Double winner.
Boom.
Nice touch.
There we are.
You were brilliant. Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, Hun! Wow, hard enough doing your act, but having to do it in reverse is just amazing, it really is. So all 6 acts have Abrid, they're Cadabrid, and Hocust, they're Pocust. And I'm sure you'll agree, they've performed some incredible illusions. You don't know how hard that is to say. But here's where things get serious.
It's time for our magicians to decide between themselves who goes through to the grand final. This is a very, very big decision. One thing's for certain, it's not going to be easy.
So, as you can see, there they are going into the voting room where they will discuss each other's acts and then individually give each of them a score. The person with the highest score will go through to the final. Now, they will be scoring each other on entertainment value, star quality and what they would do in the final. When each magician's act is being discussed, that magician will leave the room. Now, as the magicians are discussing all sorts of special magical secrets, we're not actually allowed to hear what they're saying. But to remind ourselves of what a difficult decision they do have, let's take a look at the best bits from tonight's show.
Oh, is that our initials? K and B? Yes, I'd love to marry you.
You can see there is nothing in my mouth. Amy, I want you just to pick one of the hot drinks there.
Okay, Americano. Oh my God.
Hello.
It's a golf tee.
Which means, of course, that the random profession was...
Scuba diver.
Five of spades.
This is very annoying.
The 8, the 5, the 6, the 3, the 4, the 6, the 6. I think you get the idea right the way through to the 3, the 9 and the jack.
That's impossible and ridiculous, I have to say.
Great magic, guys, but the big question is, have you now all made your decision?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Right, so it's now time to reveal who is through to the final of the next Great Magician and one step closer to winning their own TV special here on ITV.
The winner of tonight's show and going through to the final is...
Marion Stewart. Did you pull that yourself?
I did, yeah, straight from here.
Nice, there you go.
How does it feel, guys, to be nominated by your fellow magicians?
It feels wonderful. Magicians look at magic in a very, very different way to muggles, and it's really nice that they enjoyed us.
And what a crowd, what a great fun night. Thank you.
Let's hear it for tonight's winners. Marion Stewart. Nice one, guys. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Cheers.
a little Twinkie? Yeah! Yeah. We made that especially for you. Right. So we do have tonight's winner, but a huge thanks to all of our acts who were truly spectacular tonight.
It was indeed. We're back next week. There's 6 more amazing magicians, all battling it out for their own TV special.
We'll see you next time on The Next Great Magician. Good night.
We decided to put Barry and Stuart through to the final because Any Drink Called For is a classic of magic. And the spin they put on it, making the drink come from Barry's stomach, was incredible.
Whoa.